What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News, and today I want to discuss last Saturday's UFC 283's pay-per-view bout between Johnny Walker and Paul Craig. But guys, before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. All right, guys, getting right into it. Man, we had a really good matchup between Paul Craig and Johnny Walker last Saturday, UFC 283. Johnny Walker won, TKO, knockout, first round after a failed single leg attempt by Paul Craig. Johnny just kind of caught him coming in. Paul tried, he didn't really kind of bail out of it. He just kind of was like bit down on his mouthpiece and tried to get the takedown. He couldn't get the takedown. And during the whole time, Johnny Walker was just unloading bombs on him. Paul couldn't recover, and the ref stepped in pretty quickly to end the fight. And very impressive by Johnny Walker. Dude's always got the power. It just shows how devastating he is, how scared these guys are of his power, how aware these guys are of his power, because Paul Craig, to start the fight, was throwing some leg kicks. Definitely a huge feeling out process before he took that attempt for the takedown. And it just really shows that Johnny Walker has that one touch. He has kept the one touch power even after his shoulder surgery. He's kind of back to his original form. He's very loose, unpredictable, explosive, throws very dynamic strikes, very just random off-the-wall strikes you don't really see coming. Only things that really Johnny Walker can do, especially at his size with his athleticism, his power. I mean, just all of that together, he really is just a fireworks type of fighter. I mean, it's just so hard to explain for me. Like, what he's able to do and his potential and kind of just where he goes, at one point, everybody thought he was going to be the guy to beat John Jones and all that shit, until Corey Anderson kind of halted that hype train for a little while there. But Johnny Walker, he's training at SBG. He's with John Kavanagh, and it seems that he's definitely on the right track now, a little bit later in his career. And this fight definitely showed his maturity, where he just didn't panic. He didn't let Paul Craig get in on that very desperate takedown. I mean, that just shows, though, like, the fear that he puts in these guys. Like, Paul Craig shot a very desperate takedown, and he paid for it. I mean, he really paid for it. And I really don't think he loses much traction, even though now he's on a two-fight losing streak where he lost, I think, to Volkan Ozdemir by decision in his last fight. I think Paul Craig is always dangerous. I mean, obviously, he is the only guy to have the only losses with Magomed Ankalaev and Jabal Hill. Both of their one losses were to Paul Craig. So, I mean, you have to give the guy some credit. He's definitely a dangerous, dynamic fighter. He has, I wouldn't say top-level elite striking, but his ability to have the threat for the takedown and the submissions and all that stuff can open up his striking. He's had some nice moments, and he's definitely gone leaps and bounds since the early days of Paul Craig that we saw earlier in his UFC career. So seeing him kind of going against these upper-level guys, you kind of see that, yeah, he's there, but his striking he's gone leaps and bounds. But when he goes against guys like Johnny Walker, he just isn't able to close the distance and kind of mix the martial art a little bit. He's not really able to do that as well. I think moving forward, seeing him against a guy like Dustin Jacoby or Dominic Reyes, when Dominic Reyes comes back, I'm pretty sure Dominic Reyes is going to be coming back. So seeing him in a matchup with one of those two guys, I think would be really exciting. Maybe take some time off, 6-8 months, maybe a year off, and go against a guy like Dustin Jacoby. Or maybe even a comeback fight for Dominic Reyes, who knows. But for Johnny Walker, 2 fights in a row with the W. I can see him going against a guy like Jan Blachowicz, Magomed Ankalaev. Those 2 matchups I think would be very nice for him. He's obviously not going to get Yuri. He's, maybe Alexander Rakic when he comes back from injury, but I'm not really sure what's going to happen with Rakic when he comes back either. The light heavyweight's kind of in a peculiar position right now. That whole division is just kind of stalemate. A lot of guys are kind of stuck in the sand. Maybe a Ryan Spann, I mean, with the KO victory over Dominic Reyes, he's really put himself in the mix as well. But I'm pretty sure Johnny Walker and Ryan Spann already fought. I think Johnny Walker won that fight. Yeah. So, I mean, I'd like to see him go against either Ankalaev or Jan Blachowicz. I think those would be really good matchups. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think is next for the future of Paul Craig or Johnny Walker. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. Guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. All right, guys, Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.